Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Ariff Irfan, and with my other team member, which is IBTISAM SYAKIRIN, Nur AFRINA and Nur ALLYSSA, we will introduce about our chosen organization for grouping assignment AML 470, which is we choose Apple for our organization. We will explain about how we make this website organization using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, let's go. Okay, we go to the first section, which is index.html, or at the website is home page of the Apple organization. So title of this page is Home Apple Organization, and you see up at the top of this, the title here is Home Apple Organization, same like this tag. Okay, this tag of the title. Okay, next we go to the next one is link style sheet href style.css, which means that this HTML, it will link to the style of all of this HTML. It link to the CSS file, which is the style of all the HTML that we make. Okay, we go to the next one which is the navigation bar. Here the tag of the style navigation bar here is nav class navbar. So it also have a tag ul class navlink. So we go to the style here. Okay, this is the navigation bar style, which is it will display flags, which means it will display like this, like horizontal, and it justify content space between, so here, and it will align center, which means that the text here, the text will be in a center. So the background color is white. Okay, we go back, and this is the navigation bar content. You have index, about, iPhone, iPad, and this is the drop down, and the other navigation bar. Okay, we go to the next one, which is the home content. Okay, this home content, it have tag section class hero and division class hero content to link this text to style CSS here. So we go to the style.css and we find the hero. Okay, the as you see just now, the tag of the heading is section class hero, division class hero content. So we go to the hero content, hero first. It will display flags like this, and the text align center, which means that the text will be displayed in a center of the home page. So the hero content here, as you can see, it have animation fade in out, which mean that if we click at the home page, you can see it fade in, which means that the text here will be fade in. Okay, we go to the next one. Here the next content, which is the a little bit about the product of this website. The style here link with tag section class features and division class features card. So this image of iPhone, iPad, MacBook, it will be displayed in a text CSS features card. So we go to here and we find here what the mean of features card. The picture and the elaboration of the picture will be in a box shadow. So yeah, as you can see at this here, it display in a box, one box here, one box for all of the item. Okay. And also this home page have a footer here, here. Okay.
Next, in this part, I will explain the HTML code that we use to create the About Us section on our website. Let's go through it section by section. The first one is for section wrapper. This tag defines the About section. The class About section, such as here, is used to target this section with CSS letter. And then for the section heading here, this is the main heading for the section. It tells the user what this part is about, okay, which is this one. And then for the pulse container, which is this is a container that holds all the smaller content blocks known as pulse blocks. And then for the first pulse block, which is origins, this one, okay, this pulse block shares the background of Apple, which is the first box here, and it includes a subheading, which is the origin, and a short paragraph about its history, which is this one. Okay, and next we're going to the product gallery inside origin, such as this one. Okay, this is a small gallery showing Apple's products, such as this, and each product has an image and also a name. For example, this image is stand for iPhone, and this one is MacBook, and last one is Apple Watch. Okay, and for the second pulse block, which is mission here, okay, this block presents the company's mission, and then there is a list of what supports that mission, okay, such as this one. And then for example here, these are the key elements of their user experience, and it's shown as bullets using style paragraph text, such as this, and the result is like this. Okay, and then for the third pulse block, which is values here, okay, this block lists Apple's core values. And finally, there is a short summary sentence, which is this one at the bottom. Okay, and for the design philosophy and also the vision, the next two blocks are for design philosophy, this one, and vision, which use the same structure, which is a heading here, and then a paragraph, which is explaining Apple's approach to design and also the future goals. Okay, and then now that I have explained the HTML structure, so let's move on to the CSS styling part here. Okay, so this class styles the entire about section. Okay, some of the key features include such as max width, we're using 1200 pixel, and the margin we're using 1000 pixel. And for the max width here, limits how wide the content can stretch, and the margin is to centers it and gives top and bottom spacing. And for the padding, we're using 80 pixel, which is to add space inside the box, okay, here. And then for the for the background color, we're using a white color to make the background white, such as here. And then for the border radius, we're using 16 pixel, which is to gives it rounded corners, okay, such as here. And then box shadow to add a soft shadow effect, okay. And we're also using opacity and transform, okay, which is to set the starting point for animation. And for the animation, we're using fade in up, which is triggers a fade and also upward motion when loaded, okay, as you can see here, and also here. And then next, we're moving on to the pulse container here. This is a flex container that arrange the pulse blocks in rows with spacing, okay, with spacing here. And then flex wrap here makes it responsive, and also the gap is 40 pixel, which is to give breathing space between the blocks, okay. And for the pulse block here, each content box is styled using a dot pulse block, okay. It has a gradient background, a solid left border, which is this one, as you can see. And then padding and rounded corners, this one is rounded corners. And then a soft box shadow, and last one is a hover effect that slightly enlarges the box, okay. And then we have product gallery like this, okay. The product gallery class makes the images appear in a row, such as, for example, like this, okay. So each product item contains one image and also its label. As I said previously, this is the image and this is the label, okay. And then the IMG, which is stand for image, is styled to be rounded, okay, as you can see here, rounded, and then with a shadow and also a scales on hover, okay. And for the text element, which is the pulse block H2, which is this one, okay, heading like pulse block H2, and paragraph texts are given sizes, which is this one, spacing, and also a colors to look consistent and readable. So that's the full breakdown of our About Us section, which is starting with the HTML structure and then the CSS styling. So together we create a clean, interactive and professional layout.
Hi Madam and Assalamualaikum. Now I am going to explain the iPad section. As you can see, this section begins with an introduction to the iPad. I wanted to highlight its versatility from creativity to productivity while maintaining Apple's signature clean and modern aesthetic. Right below the intro, I created an iPad lineup section. This part showcases the 4 current models: iPad Pro, iPad Air, iPad and iPad Mini. Each model is displayed with its image on the left and details on the right, using a consistent layout that helps users easily compare them. Now, moving on to the coding part, the page is fully written in HTML and styled with a combination of inline and external CSS. It starts with a basic HTML structure that includes the document setup and responsive viewport to ensure the page looks good on all devices. The navigation bar is built using a nav element, which contains links to different sections of the site like iPhone, MacBook and support. The Apple logo is included using an image tag for branding consistency. Now the iPad content is wrapped in a section tag with the class product page. For each iPad model, I used a flexible layout with product container containing the image and description side by side. To control the size of the images, I applied inline styles directly, like with 250 pixel border radius, 10 pixel, so they all appear uniform across the page. Here you can see how the structure of the HTML directly translates into what's visible on the site. The use of lists, UL and LI helps keep the product specs organized and readable. This layout not only supports users' navigation but also reflects how small changes in the code, like adjusting spacing or image size, can improve clarity and presentation overall.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is AFRINA binti KHAIRI, and for my part of the presentation, I'll be explaining my MacBook section of our HTML page and how it connects with CSS and JavaScript. My section starts with a section tag with the class product page. This class allows us to apply specific styles to the whole section using CSS. Inside this section, we use several basic HTML tags. For example, H1 for the headings like MacBook Pro or Game On. P for paragraphs that describe features like the M4 chip, battery life, and Mac OS performance. The IMG tag to display visuals like MacBook JPG, battery JPG, and Mac OS JPG. The break tag for line breaks between paragraphs and section. Each feature block in my section follows this structure: heading, image, and a paragraph. This helps keep the content clean and organized, just like on Apple's real website. Now, about the CSS. At the top of the HTML file, we link the style sheet using this. In that CSS file, we probably have a rule like this, and this class affects the spacing, font, and overall look of this MacBook section. For example, CSS might be controlling the width and alignment of the images, font sizes for the H1 tags, margin or spacing between sections, and responsive behavior so it looks good on mobile. Without CSS, this section would still show the content, but it would look very plain and unstyled. And finally, JavaScript. At the bottom of the HTML file, we link a JavaScript file like this. Even though my MacBook section doesn't have active buttons or forms, JavaScript is important for adding interactivity. For example, we could animate the MacBook images on scroll or create an image slider. So basically, JavaScript makes the website feel dynamic and alive, while HTML is the structure and CSS is the style. That's all from me. Thank you for listening.
Okay. Now we go to I will continue the next part, which is the support the HTML file or support page. In this page, we explain a little bit and a step that help user with their problem when they using our product. This page, it have FAQ site, which FAQ, repair and service steps, and then also I have a link to contact our organization if they have issues that they can solve through this page. Okay, we will go to section by section for this page, for this file. So we go to the support section. As you can see here, the tag that link to this file, this content to the CSS, it have the section class support containers tags and section class features tag. At the section class features, it divide into the division class, the div class features card. Okay, so we go to the CSS style for the support container. As you can see here, the max width here is 100 px. The margin is 100 px, which means that this margin, the margin at the top and the bottom, it will be 100 px. The padding is here is 60 px. The background color is white, so as you can see here is white. The border radius 60 px, and this content, it will be in a box shadow, which means in a column. The text that display in this page will be center, and it also have an animation fade it up. And as I said before, if we click to the support page, and the all of the content will be displayed in a fade animation fade it up. Okay, at the support container, it also have a support container heading. So the font size is 2.8 for the heading. The color is black. The margin bottom 20 px. So it also have a support container paragraph. The font size is 1.2, and the color is black but not too black. Okay, so we go back to the file. So as you write before, the support heading here, it means that the heading, the title of this page, it will be aligned, it will be displayed in the center. So, and in a black color, the text will be in a black. So here the text in a center and will be displayed in a black. Okay, the paragraph also in a center but in a not too black color. So we go to the next section class, which is the features. Okay, this is the features. So it will be display flags. So the content will be in a center with background color white. The features card also will be background color white, and the text in a center. Okay, so we go back. As you can see here, at this features section class, the FAQ, the service and repair, and the contact us, it have a JavaScript button. So as you can see here, so if we click to this button, it will go to the FAQ section, and we click to the service and repair button, it will go to the service and repair section. Okay, so like this. Okay, we click here and we go to this frequently asked question, which is FAQ. So we click to the get hub, it will go to this page. And also if we click to the contact us, and it will go to the next page, contact us page. Okay, we go to the next section, which is FAQ section. At this section, it link to the JavaScript, which is the cons accordion. This JavaScript, it help to control the accordion. here to open and close the answer of the question in FAQ. Okay, so as you can see here, the button class accordion. How do I reset my Apple ID button? So if we, as I said before, it control the accordion, this accordion, to open and close the answer of this question. So if we click, it will display the answer of this question, and if we click again, and it will close the answer of this question. Okay, so it have also same the question of this FAQ section also have a button class accordion that have link into the style, CSS, and also the JavaScript. Okay, we go to the last section, which is the service and repair section. So this section, it explain about the steps or tutorial to repair the Apple products. Okay, so as you can see, explore your option for getting service and repair for your Apple product. First, get the repair appointment, send your device in for mail in repair, check by screen, and also have a link to go to the official Apple website in a Apple repair service in an official website, official Apple website. Okay, and this page also have a footer. Okay, we go to the last one, which is the contact us section. We go to the HTML first. As you can see at this HTML, the tag that we use for contact section is section class contact container. It also have a form action and the method. So we go to the CSS style. As you can see here at the CSS for contact, this is the tag that link to the style of the contact. Max here is 800px, the margin is 100px, the padding is 60px, and as you can see, the background color is white and have a border radius. The text align is center, which means that all the text in this section, in this page, will be in the center. It also have an animation fade in up. If we click at this page, the content of this page will be fade in, will be shown fade in. Okay. So the next is contact container heading 1. The text of the, which is the style of the title in this page, the text will be in the center with font size 2.5 rem. The color of the text will be black. As you can see at the page, the title, the heading is black. Next is contact container form, which means that this page, the content will be shown in a form that will display flags and in a column. Okay, so this is the other, and this this contact us also have a button. The color of the button will be blue, and the white here is the text of the button. So as you can see here, white. So we go to the back to the contact. Okay, as you can see, the heading here is contact us, which is the title of the page. So we put text, your name, your email, and the message that the user want to tell. Basically, this page is the page that help user to directly contact us. So they just put their name, their email, and their what kind of message that they want to us. They want to text us. This page also have a footer, and it also have a link to JavaScript. Okay. That's all. Thank you.
In conclusion, this website represents the collective effort of our group in showcasing Apple as a global tech leader. Each section highlights a different product line, from iPhones to MacBooks to iPads, with consistent design and structure throughout. By combining individual coding responsibilities, we were able to create a cohesive, user-friendly site that reflects Apple's clean branding. Through this project, we've not only applied our web development skills, but also learned how to collaborate effectively as a team. Thank you for watching.